Hey guys, in this part we talk about links in HTML. HTML links are hyperlinks. You can click on a link and jump to another document. When you move the mouse over a link, the mouse arrow will turn into a little hand. Note, a link doesn't have to be text. A link can be an image or any other HTML element. So, HTML links syntax. The HTML tag defines a hyperlink. It has the following syntax. So, create a tag and link text and href is, for example, URL. The most important attribute of the A element is the href attribute, which indicates the link's destination. The link text is the part that will be visible to the reader. Clicking on the link text will send the reader to the specified URL address. So for example, change the href to https and google.com. Ctrl S and Ctrl R, click on the link and go to Google. So by default, links will appear as follows in all browsers. An unvisited link is underlined and blue. A visited link is underlined and purple. This is purple. And an active link is underlined and red. Click on the link and the link is red. So links can of course be styled with CSS to get another look. So HTML links, the target attribute. By default, the linked page will be displayed in the current browser window. To change this, you must specify another target for the link. The target attribute specifies where to open the linked document. So set the target to the link, and so the self is default. Opens the document in the same window tab as it was clicked. So Ctrl S and Ctrl R. Click and open in the same window document. So the second is blank. The blank opens the document in a new window or tab. So save and Ctrl R. Click and open in another window. The third is parent. The parent opens the document in the parent frame. So Ctrl S and Ctrl R. See the result? Yeah. And the last is top. The top opens the document in the full body of the window. So Ctrl S and Ctrl R. Click and open in a full window. Absolute URLs with relative URLs. This example is using an absolute URL or a full web address in the href attribute. A local link or a link to a page within the same website is specified with a relative URL without https and www part. So create a h1 tag and absolute URL and create hr and another h1 tag relative URLs. And so I create a folder. set the name to HTML and create a HTML page, HTML document, HTML.html in HTML folder and HTML5 snippet, and so create a h1 tag and HTML page. So Ctrl S and create another HTML file. So HTML2.html and HTML5 snippet, and so h1 tag HTML2. So Ctrl S and use the A tag, HTML1, set the HTML1, and the href is use the backslash HTML folder and HTML.html file, and create another A tag HTML2, and href is use the backslash and HTML2.html, and Ctrl S and Ctrl R. So the HTML1 link and HTML2 link, open these, and so we have an error. We should put dot in the first of href. So Ctrl R and open links, HTML1 page and HTML2. Use an image as a link. To use an image as a link, just put the img tag inside the A tag. So remove the content and img tag. src is, for example, this URL, and so set the alt to HTML tutorial and Ctrl S, Ctrl R, click on the image and Google is opened. Link to an email address. Use mail to inside the href attribute to create a link that opens the user's email program to let them send a new email. So remove the href and use the mail to dot, and so for example someone @gmail as for example example.com, and so remove the ing and send mail. Ctrl S and Ctrl R, send mail, click, and email is opened. Button as a link. To use HTML button as a link, you have to add some JavaScript code. JavaScript allows you to specify what happens at certain events, such as click of a button. So for example, I create a button tag and HTML tutorial and set on click to the button, and document.location is html2.html, and Ctrl S and Ctrl R. Click on the HTML tutorial and the HTML2 is opened. You will learn more about JavaScript in our JavaScript tutorial. Link titles. The title attribute specifies etc. information about an element. The information is most often shown as a tooltip text when the mouse moves over the element. So for example, I set the title to HTML1 tag, HTML1 link, and go to HTML1 and Ctrl S, Ctrl R, mouse over the HTML1 link and the tooltip is opened. Go to HTML1.